14 different zones, and you'll see these little green caps. I'll point them out. Those are just little valves that open and close, where this is the electricity sent to those valves to open and close. So when your sprinkler system runs, it only runs 1 or 2 zones at a time, and they're on different timers. So like you'll water the parkway more than you would the flower bed. So each zone is going to have a different time setting for it. So that's all that. There's no maintenance that you need to do there. This right here is one of your grounds for your electric system. You've got a ground here, a bond wire. You've got one here that connects to a rod it's a copper rod that goes 8 feet in the ground. And then in the garage, you'll see a blank plate. That's another underground rod that goes underneath the slab that's 16 feet long. So just nothing you need to do, but you're gonna be like, what is that wire for? That's just part of your grounding system. So you've got different ways. You also have a ground here that connects to your gas line. So you have 3 different ways, if God forbid your home was struck by lightning, for it to ground out and get in the ground. So that way, you prevent a fire. And that's what you want if you were to have anything like an electrical storm hit your home. You've got 3 different grounds to get it out to the ground and to where it wouldn't cause a fire. That's what you want. So it's a good thing to have. This right here is your whole home electrical disconnect. Okay. So this turns off power to the whole home. Okay. This is a little newer. I don't know have you built a home before? No. So this is new in the past probably year and a half. You used to not be able to do that, but now this is like, let's say there was a fire. The fire truck would show up and they would immediately shut this off, so that way they don't have to worry about additional electrical fires. Same thing if you were to, I hate to say like worst case scenario, just come out here and turn it off and they'll shut off the power to the whole home. So it's a nice feature. All the new homes have that. You can put a lock on here if you're worried about somebody coming and messing with it, but I've never heard of anybody happening to anyone. But just know that's just your emergency disconnect. It'll shut off everything. Inside the garage, you have individual breakers for all the rooms in the home and all the outlets and everything. I'll show you that when we go in there. Electric meter here, you don't ever want to cut this off or mess with this. This is property of United Co-op. That's who you want to call to set up electrical service. This is not a United or an Encore service area. It's a co-op. So you don't get to choose which one. You just go with United and that's it. They, as far as I know, everybody's been real happy. Their rates are really competitive. They're not overpriced. Their reliability is really good. And if there is an issue, they're really quick to respond. I think they're based out of Liebern, I want to say, but they do a good job. So you'll just want to call, set up service with them, whenever you get a chance to. Same thing with like your water, trash, sewer is through the city of Mansfield.
Sorry, done.
Sometimes they'll drop off your recycle bin early. If they do, I'll just pop it in the garage. Yeah, so that way you don't have to worry about that. This guy right here is just an electrical disconnect for your AC condenser. That is so if somebody needed to work on the AC out here, they had a way to disconnect power so they don't worry about getting electrocuted or anything like that. So you won't need to do any maintenance to that, but just kind of, it's for the safety of a technician if they need to work out here. The other thing we do out here is we put a 110 outlet in case they need to use, like a drill, a tool, or anything like that. So that's all this. You're welcome to use it for anything you want, whether Christmas lights or anything like that. That's up to you. You have a 5-ton unit. The only thing that the maintenance with this is just hose it out from the inside out, probably once a year, to get all the grass clippings and things that get trapped in it, to make sure that it works efficiently. You also want to keep this free of like plants, trees, because it needs airflow around it to be able to circulate, and it cools. That's what's running your heat and AC. So there's no other maintenance to it other than just washing the coils out. I wouldn't hire somebody to do that. I would just hook up a hose and just hose it out. That's all you got to do. This is your exhaust for your water heater. So you have a tankless water heater mounted in the garage. It is a gas-fired appliance.
All right, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope y'all are doing well, guys. Hope y'all are doing well. All right, guys. Today is orientation day for my client. She's a first-time home buyer, right? Just relocated to the great state of Texas, right? And she chose this inventory home about almost 3 months ago. The builder was almost finished with it, so they've finished it now, and she's doing her orientation, right? Orientation, guys, is a very important step in the home buying process. As you can see, the builder's going through all the mechanicals of the home. We're starting on the outside. We'll be going on the inside shortly, but right here in Texas, when you buy a new home, builders always give you what they call a 1-2-10 warranty, right? And so their whole thing is they want you to be able to properly care for your home once you take possession. So they the builder, you know, gives you every home builder, they'll give the buyer a orientation time, and that's when they go in great detail about their home and how it operates. So that's what we're doing, guys. So join us as we as I show you some of this.
And the reason we do that is because like the mortar and the brick is actually porous. You can get water and condensation on the backside. So we want to wait for that to drip out. So that's what that's for. Sometimes you'll see bugs will try to get inside of there. Don't worry about them getting in the home because the exterior sheathing is what keeps the home dry and keeps them protected from going inside. This little guy right here, that is also part of your tankless water heater in your garage. It's a temperature and pressure relief valve. So if the unit were to malfunction and heat up the water to 160 degrees, it's going to divert and come out here. Also, if the incoming water from the city were to exceed 100 psi, it's going to divert and come out here. And it's really just a protection so you don't blow a pipe inside the home or actually scald somebody. So you should never see anything leaking out there, but just know what that's for. That's all that's there. So those little square boxes, those are the exhausts for your restrooms. So you got fans in the restroom. One of those is probably for the utility room. And then that one, the bigger one there is for your cooktop. So everything that we have fans in or exhaust, they all vent to outside. Nothing vents up into the attic. Years ago, I would say 20 years ago, we used to vent like all the restrooms and everything used to go in the attic, and it would just terminate in the attic. The problem is, especially in a bathroom, you would get humid air exhausting into the attic, and then you'd have mold growth. So that's what everything goes to outside. Nothing goes up in the attic. And you see these little green caps. These are what I was talking about, just the individual zone control valves for your irrigation system.
You're not ready, man. You're not ready for this one?
I'm not ready?
Yeah,
I got you. I promise I'm ready. Been ready. I didn't wait this long. I'm ready.
And then this one, and then there's probably a couple more. This is part of the French drain that goes out to the front of the street.
Excellent.
So just make sure that it's clear.
Okay.
You know, it's probably going to hold water a little bit in the bottom of it at all times. Don't be concerned about that.
Okay.
Just know that that's what that's there for.
Okay.
Also, in this area here, I would be a little concerned if you notice that like the grass is really having a hard time, depending on how much sunlight it gets, because it gets real limited sunlight right here. If it becomes an issue, we can come back and put gravel in this area, because this is a 5-foot space, and then the sun is only going to hit this area so long. So sometimes we have a hard time growing grass in this area. So if you notice like my grass just won't grow here, we can come back and put like gravel from here to there. That will help that out. This guy right here, that is your rain and freeze sensor for your irrigation system. So it's on an RFID sensor that's in the control unit in the garage. So if it's raining or if it's below freezing, your irrigation system won't come on. So that's all that does. There's no batteries to replace. It's on an RFID sensor, so there's just no left for it. You don't have to do anything with it, but that way you know what it's for, because you're going to look at it one of these days and be like, what is that? a grill here, and then we're gonna cook out here. But you could actually run it down to the ground, run it over to there, and then if you wanted to bring it out,
Right, the city determines, guys. Like this builder, if you notice, there is a tree in the front yard. We got one in the back. According to the city and the developer determines how many trees you get when you build a new home. But this is her very first home. She's worked so hard to be able to make such a wonderful purchase. She's new to our great state of Texas, and she's here to serve families. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Miss Frida. Hey, Miss Frida. Thanks so much for watching. We got Miss Priscilla. We got Letisa in the house. We got Nancy. We got the Mac Nurse. Oh, we got Calvin in the house. BJ. Right. This is a beautiful home, guys. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. You have 2 up and 2 down. It has the game room, media room, and it is absolutely gorgeous inside. Wait till we go inside and see it.
You'll notice that it's going to drip again because that valve is on the back side of the wall. So again, you don't have to put a cover on one of those, so which is nice. A lot of people still do. I mean, we have homes under construction, and we don't even have electricity in them, and I've never had one burst. So yeah, that's a good thing to have. I think that's about all we can see from this home. We'll walk back, go around the other side. I know there was a couple things that he noted on here. That's on my list to get done. If you want me to go through the home and go out the front.
Ooh, y'all, look at that light.
We're almost done. Almost ready to go inside.
All right, y'all. I'll let y'all see a little bit. I'll go ahead and give you guys a tour. Hey, Mama.
Hey, darling.
You ready?
I'm ready.
No, you not.
Yes, I am.
What did you do? You hurt yourself?
Yep.
What did you do?
I take morning walks in the wee hours of the morning, so when I was coming down the steps, I missed the very last step, and down I came.
Oh,
So,
you take it easy.
yeah.
Okay. But you okay? You okay?
Yeah.
You just in pain?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 more weeks and I'll be
3 more
good.
weeks. 3 more weeks. Okay. Yeah, I think Mama limping over here, but she came out nice. Oh my gosh. Oh, these floors are gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, you been telling all your friends at home? No. Oh, look at this stacked stone fireplace. Huh?
I'll add them in gradually.
You add them in gradually.
Yeah, I have to enjoy it first.
Oh, this kitchen came out nice, so clean, so crisp.
Beautiful.
Got that 5 burner. Y'all gonna get to do Thanksgiving here.
Mm-hmm.
They got you cooking?
I don't know. The baby done spoiled me.
All right, let's catch up with them. All right, guys, this also has an office. Remember, it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. It has the game room, the office. This is the office. Love these wooden floors that she got all throughout. All right, here's her home office. All right, this is bedroom number 1 here in a bath. This is where Mom will be. Look at that beautiful black tile. Right, this is bedroom number 1 at the front. This is where Mom will be. Right, so she brought the patriarch down here to Texas with her. She wants to take care of Mom.
Because it's a lot easier to find. It's very muddy, 5 years from now, you won't be able to see that. So just know that's what it's for.
Okay.
But I always tell people, just use the one that's in the utility room. It's much easier. It's much more convenient. That's just a code requirement. I mean, you can cover it up with mulch. You don't have to worry about it. So here, got more zone control valves.
I heard we might get a little surprise in here.
A surprise?
A little, few frogs or something along those lines when it get too cold outside.
Yeah, you'll get critters sometimes. Oh, nothing today. So, everybody wants to know what that is. That is your backflow preventer for your irrigation system. What that does basically is prevent any water. So your water line comes in and then it splits off and goes to your irrigation system in the yard. What this does is prevent any water that's in the lines from getting siphoned back into the house. So that's all that's for. If you need to shut off water to the irrigation system, it's just this valve right here. Just do it like that so it won't run. The one that's inside the home, and that one right there, it only shuts off water to the house and to your hose bibs outside. It doesn't have anything to do with this. Me personally, I like turning off the water whenever I go out of town, but I can turn it off inside and I know I'll still have a green lawn because the irrigation system will still run. So, but if you were to ever have like a major, if you saw like, it happens a lot whenever, if you have mowers and things like that that come by that do your lawn, they'll hit one of the sprinkler heads and then you'll have a big geyser. You can just come over here, flip that, and at least shut it off. Okay. And then the insulation bag, that's to keep it from freezing.
So you just keep that on there year round?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of cities, so most other cities, you'll see a green box that's right near the water meter, and it's just green.
Okay.
That's the same thing. The city of Mansfield requires these to be above grade. So that's why every yard you'll see one of these ugly, not ugly, but you'll see these rocks.
Y'all made them look cute though.
We try to blend it in as best we can, but just know that's why, the city of Mansfield requires it to be above grade. If you go to Grand Prairie or another city, you'll see a green lid, and that's the same thing. It's just in the ground. So, these, if you do have, like, let's say, what we had 2 years or 3 years.
I was just about to ask about that.
So if you do have one of those where it's going to get down to 0, I would shut it off just to be safe, because these can, even with that little insulation bag, I have seen them break, unfortunately.
What about the water inside the house? Should I shut that down if it gets too cold?
No, you can have it. The nice thing about our water lines, everything is PEX, so it can freeze and thaw, and it's not going to break. So, but this, because it's PVC, if it freezes, it'll crack, and then you'll have a leak. So inside the home, even if it freezes up, I wouldn't worry about it at all. Yeah, you're not going to have. The other thing that we do in our homes is the only water line that runs under the home is the main line that goes into the utility room. After that, it goes up overhead. It's either in the attic or in the ceiling of the home. The reason we do that is if, God forbid, you ever had foundation movement, it's not going to break a water line. So everything is above the home except for the main line that goes into the home. So that's another nice feature that we do. A lot of, it's kind of like worst case scenario. I mean, you've got a 10-year warranty on your foundation. You have a 10-year warranty on the structure of the frame of the home. So we're confident that nothing's going to happen. But we do that for peace of mind for the home. One of the things that we do, had you built from dirt, you would know. So we have a third-party engineer that actually designs a foundation. And before I can pour the cement, they actually have to come out and inspect it. The engineer inspects it, not the city inspects it too, but we actually have the engineer come out and inspect it. So he makes sure that it's per their designs, because we're counting on them to design it correctly. Texas has foundation issues are a major problem in Texas, in North Texas. We have expansive soil. The newer homes that are designed with post-tension foundation with the cables, as opposed to homes that were built 30 years ago, they just had rebar. These are designed to withstand any kind of movement to where they don't crack. So, and we've had, I've been building homes for seems like forever, and the soil here is much better than like Las Colinas and Irving. That's probably the worst in the Metroplex. So this here is not as expansive, but just you still get a little bit, but just feel confident. You've got a 10-year warranty on your foundation. Another thing that we do, I don't think any builder out here does it, is our third-party inspector comes out and they do elevation measurements in all the rooms in the home. They do it like with underneath the fan in the family room. They put a device, and then they go to all four corners of every room on the first floor and measure it against that. So let's say 5 years from now, you feel like, I feel like this bedroom it's got a foundation issue. What we can do is come back and remeasure it and say, the results are the same, or no, it's actually dropped a quarter of an inch. So that way we've got data. And that's good to have. I mean, data, it speaks for itself. So, and we can always, if you request that data, we can give that to you. But it's a nice feature that we do.
Y'all ready to go see
That's
it, aren't
again
y'all? Let's
for
go
peace of
see
mind.
it.
So,
Okay,
say
we'll start at the
99
top.
years from now, you feel like you have an issue, you've got data, and then a couple things to address it.
Got a cute little porch. Get that door. Boo-boo-boo. All right, I showed y'all the front room. There's that bathroom. Here's the front room. Here's a great linen closet. Hey, Miss Shane. Love how when you can look upstairs from this vantage point. So upstairs, got that awesome decorative light. You can look up. Okay. All right, remember this is the home office. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with home office, game room, media room. Okay. Over here's gonna be the laundry room. Got a, oh gosh, Paula, where are your words today? You have a coat rack, a bench. What are these called, guys? Oh, I cannot use my words this morning. But I love the washroom because it has a great folding table. Isn't that nice? She loved, this was a spec home someone else had started building, and they had to cancel, and she loved the colors that they had chosen, so it's gonna work out for her. Oh, what are these called, y'all? Somebody help me with these. I cannot remember, but they're really nice because when you come in from the garage, you can come in, the family comes in from the garage, and they put their oh gosh, I cannot use my words this morning. What is the word, y'all? She loved the gold and black accents that had been already selected. That was her style. Notice the gold coming out of the pendant lights there. It matches this faucet. Right, look at this awesome decorative light in the dining. Y'all see that gold and black? The black stone fireplace, she fell in love with that. Right, great wooden floors. Right. It's a gas community. Here's her pantry. All right, pantry. And look at that black sink inside. Isn't that nice? Right here is her owner's retreat. Really nice owner's retreat. Bay windows. Right, this one's gonna have the garden tub and the shower. Have dual sinks. Awesome tub. Great wide tub. And walk-in shower. Look at that black at the bottom of that spa-like. It just looks so rich. Here is her water closet, extra shelf in there. She has a great walk-in closet. Right, walk-in closet. Plenty of space. Ooh la la. Right, and then upstairs she has her 2 guest rooms, a game room and a media room for when family come and she wants to entertain them. Right. Again, she just relocated here to North Texas just a couple of months ago. Her very first house. She brought her mom with her. And so mom has, you know, they have cuts. She has sisters and brothers that'll be coming to visit. And so they'll have all of this great game room, media room. Oh, it's nice. And then we got 2 bedrooms. See, that's where you can look down on that entry. Look at those black floors. I love that black. It all coordinates so well. All the black faucets. And he finally had these 2 bedrooms. Bedroom 2, no, 3 and 4. Right, but it's her first home. Like this one we got. What was this one? Right in the, this one was in the 5s. No. Was it in the 5s? No. Oh, I forget where it was. No, this one was in the 5s. Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, y'all. Can't remember. But it was well within her budget. She had a really great budget. And she decided to be conservative. And she didn't touch the ceiling anywhere where her budget was. So she's being very conservative considering what she could have done. And this is her first house. Isn't she gorgeous? Right, there's a water feature across the street. That's what really won her over. Right, this water feature. It's a lake across the street. Right, and water has always been a source of renewal for her. Right, when she needs renewing, she goes to the water. So that was very attractive. That was something she always dreamed about, being by a body of water. So she has a lake there, walking past. But she is making big girl moves in the great state of Texas. She got uplights. Look at those uplights. Uplights really make the home pop at night.
Just know that if you see something that's tripped, it's going to look like this and it's going to show red. And then to reset it, you just push it back and then push it forward. Now to reset it. You shouldn't see something that keeps tripping. If you see something that keeps tripping, you either have too many things plugged into it, or there may be an issue with the breaker. Because these breakers can fail. They're just like anything else. They can fail over time. But just if you see one that keeps tripping, there may be some other issue that or it could be the appliance that they're using itself could be defective. Just know that. This here is that we have to have an access panel for the city inspector to see. That is for the electrical rod, ground rod that goes underneath the slab. So they inspect it when the foundation is poured, and then they want to see it that it's bond. There's actually a bond line that goes to this breaker. So like I said, you've got 3 different ones. You've got this one here, you've got that copper rod that's 8 foot in the ground outside, and then you've got the one that's connected to your gas line because it's all metal. The idea is to get any electricity that were to hit the home out and into the ground. So that's all that's for. There's no maintenance or anything you need to do. You're just gonna wonder like, what the heck is that? That's what it's for. That's just for code. We have to have access to that for them to see. Okay. Tankless water heater. Have you ever had one of these?
No.
Okay, these are really nice. It's a gas-fired appliance. Real easy to set as far as temperature. It's just up or down on the setting. It goes up to 120, and then you've got a power on, power off. The thing some people get confused on is this is not instant hot water at point of use. So the water gets hot here, but it still has to travel to wherever it's being used. So let's say like the bathroom over here, it's gotta go all the way over there. As it does, it's gonna lose some of the temperature. You're gonna have thermal loss. So even if you set it at 120 here, it probably won't be but 110 by the time it reaches over there. So just keep that in mind. It's gonna take 30 to 45 seconds to get hot where you're calling for it. So just know that. But it's only gonna run when you turn on the hot water to the unit itself. This is the incoming gas line. Like I said, it is a gas-fired appliance. If you smell gas in this area, this is the shut-off for that right here. You just turn it like that. And then you would want to call warranty, like, hey, I smell gas in mine. And they'll send the plumber out and they'll figure out, like, I haven't had one of these go bad. We do them a little bit differently. If you notice, like a lot of the other builders, they actually put them on the outside of the homes. We put it in the wall up against the AC wall, so in case in the winter it doesn't freeze and have issues. When 2 years ago, they were bad. Like all the ones that were freezing outside, there was just like a waterfall, a frozen waterfall. It was terrible. But these are also, they do have a freeze sensor in them. If it was to get to below freezing, they will not run. Some of the units, they use a different unit than we do, so we've had really good luck with these green units. We had Renai ones before. I've been real happy with these. But like I said, you just have to set the temperature, forget about it. We do recommend that you back flush these once a year. So inside this unit, if you were to take it apart, there's a big copper coil that winds up inside, and then the gas flame heats that up. That's what heats up the water. When that happens, it is hard water. You know, the city water is hard. Any of the minerals that's in that water is going to precipitate out and collect on the inside of the wall of that copper tubing. So we recommend having it back flushed once a year. And what that do, there's ports down here, and they'll connect and it's just like a white vinegar solution. They circulate it through it, they isolate it, circulate that through it, and then it clears that out. So you can call a plumber, which is ProServe to do it. We do have set pricing with them. We kind of have an agreed pricing for homeowners. I want to say it's around $200. I don't quote me on that, but I say it's right around it, maybe $175. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can buy a kit on Amazon. It's about $50. It's not as hard as it sounds. Just go. Just that's your option. It's entirely up to you. So, but just think of it like arteries in your heart. If you get buildup in those, you're going to have restricted flow. So if you don't back flush it, 5 years from now, when you turn on your hot water, you'll get hot water, but it's just going to be a trickle because the copper lines in here are all built up. It's got mineral, on the insides of it. So I always recommend. They say once a year. If you go 18 months, I think it's going to make a big difference. But just know we recommend that. This is the exhaust for the unit itself. This will get hot right here, so don't put newspapers or anything up here in this area right now. So easy. Any questions about this?
The shut-off valve is
That's for so that's when you can shut it off yourself, but that is for when they want to do the back flush of the unit. So what they do is they shut off the incoming and outgoing water to the unit, and then they can open up these valves. And there's no water. You won't have hot water inside the home, but they put just like a 5-gallon bucket. I do it at my home. It's got like a little tiny pump, 2 hoses that connect into here. They plug it in and turn it on for an hour. And it's just white vinegar, and it just circulates it through it. And cleans it out. It's really, it sounds difficult, it's really not. You know, you do it once, it's one of those things you can YouTube, you can YouTube anything. So it's up to you whether you want to do that.
Got it.
This right here, if you remember that little pipe that I showed you outside, this is what we call a T&P, it's temperature and pressure valve. So it will divert the water and send it outside in case you were to get too high of water pressure coming in from the city, or this for some reason malfunctioned and you got 140-degree water. BTUs, it doesn't say, but I want to say it's around 140 or something like that. And I can pull it. You might actually hear the unit start up. If you were to go outside, you'll see water coming out of that tube right there. Breathe. Normally not that loud. It's normally not. It shouldn't be that loud. So, yeah. Normally they're pretty quiet. Then extra brick, in case you have one that's broken or something like that. You can also use it. If you want to use it for like edging, or if you need to get more of it, let me know. I can get you another strap of it or anything like that.
Girl, get it. It's better to have it than not.
It's already.
Some homes don't get any. They don't. There's they use every piece of it, and then some of them you might get a whole full cube of brick. So if you need more, let me know. I can get you. It takes a while to get in because lead time for brick is pretty long. But if you want more, just say, hey, I need another strap or.
I would always go ahead and request me some.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a curb stop, so you don't drive in a wall. That's what some builders do it. Some builders do it, some don't. I don't think K-Hop does. That's out here. It's just flat on the way, but we call these curb stops. That's in case you were just driving and weren't paying attention. Your tires would stop here, and you don't run into the house. So that's all. That's all.
Did you know you got a little extra storage space right there?
Yes.
We do. Your garage door opener. You'll get 2 remotes when you get the closing. Either that or I'll leave them inside one of your drawers. But there is Wi-Fi enabled. It's on the MyQ app, so you can hook it up to your phone. You can hook it up to as many phones as you want. It's a nice feature to have. One, if you have like a package getting delivered, you can open it and close it remotely. The other nice feature is if you're like me and I'm like, did I close the garage door? You can look on your phone and it'll say closed. And I have kids too, so I can check like, I see when you got home last night. So, but it's a nice feature. You'll get the old clicker styles, but I like having this. You can put it on your phone. That way you can actually send someone like a one-time use code too. If they were to hey, I gotta come by, I'm gonna mow your lawn, or can I borrow that? You can give them a one-time code and they can open it up once. But once I get all that stuff down, it'll show you kind of more how to download the app. It's a MyQ app. It's really easy to use. It's very intuitive. I really like it, especially if you have people, more than one person, or you need somebody that needs to get in the garage or something like that. Just so you know. Just got a light here. Just got the one light, and then you've got the light on the filter itself. It has a button for the light if you just want to turn on that light. We also have that's an LED light there, which they used to be fluorescent. I like the LEDs much better.
So you should be able to hit it once and it opens and closes. No?
Yeah, you'll hit it once, it'll open and close. I hit it twice, let's go back up. And then it has the sensors there at the bottom that if they were if like somebody was to walk under it while it was being closed, it'll reverse it and back it up. So you'll see that green light there and that orange light there. That's what those are for. And pretty much every garage door has that nowadays. Any questions in here? This will get cleaned out, don't worry about that.
Is that space between there, is that something that needs to be filled, that gap?
Where the,
Next to the door?
it's the seals, you'll pretty much see that on every garage door. And you will, I'll guarantee you probably get fill lights that will come into the garage. I would do is put blue traps on either end of the garage, just to where it won't last very long. Once construction's done, it typically will go away. You do have a pond and green space across there, so you may see it more than, so that's what, whenever you contact like home team or whoever, that they'll usually put either glue traps there or they'll actually spray. They'll also put, you can put diatomaceous earth around the edges of there, because that it irritates their bodies and they don't want to go past it, so they turn around and go away. So.
What's your knowledge about reptiles and snakes?
Snakes? I haven't seen as many. I've only seen a couple snakes. I've seen more skunks than anything. And it's usually it's when the homes are under construction.
Oh, really?
It's not after but I've had people where field mice have gotten in.
Okay.
It's usually through the garage.
Okay.
It's always through the garage. Yeah. And they don't usually make it in the house. Usually it's in the garage or hiding somewhere. They just want to get warm. They don't usually come in the summer. It's usually the winter. When it's cold, there's a warm place to go. So.
You know what? When I was in there, I locked it.
Oh.
I did. Oh, heaven. Always trying to lock doors.
Still gotta do it.
So this, that's on the list to do.
Okay, gotcha.
Finish.
I know my books, Jessica.
So switch here for this entry light, and then that one is for this is for the porch light, and then this one is for the uplights. That you've got 3 or 4 of them on the front of the home. Then lock it. That's all. The keys, it'll be rekeyed. Actually, it is rekeyed now. I'm the only one that has the keys to the home. You'll get those when you close, and then when you close, Carla will give you the post office box keys.
Oh, okay.
So she'll have all that stuff for you. Got one light here. You've got, so this little vent right here connects into here. What we call those are jump ducts.
Okay.
Those are passive ducts that are in the home. No air comes out of those, but it helps equalize the air pressure in the home. So when this door is shut, you've got the AC running, it circulates in and out of the home, so you don't have hot spots in the home. So you won't ever feel air coming in or out of that, but just know what that is. Any room that's like a bedroom, it's gonna have a jump duct. And what that does is it creates an even air pressure throughout the whole home. Some builders do it, some don't, but it definitely makes the home more comfortable and you get an even, so we guarantee 75 degrees plus or minus 3 degrees throughout the whole home. So it's a nice plus. Carla will give you the comfort guarantee, which is like your heating and cooling guarantee. So that's a nice, I don't know a lot of builders that do that. There may be a lot, but it's nice to know. I mean, if we stand behind it, one of the things we do are 2x6 exterior walls versus all the other builders out here are 2x4. So that enables us to get an R19 bat inside the wall. And then on the outside of the wall, we've got an R3 exterior sheathing. If you look at a weekly home, you'll see it's blue. Mm-hmm. So that blue board is actually an insulation board, and it's an R3. So you've got an R22 wall versus Coventry is an R13. So it's a lot. That's why we can guarantee such lower heating and cooling costs. So because and the other thing that we do in the attic is we do an R49 blow-in insulation in the attic, where code is R38. So you're getting well above code. So we do a lot. Any of the windows that open, are going to have the sensors on them to where they'll set off also the exterior doors for your security system. So when you close on the home, it won't be monitored. It'll be armed, but you can go through whomever as far as who you want to have, you know, and they can add to it. Like if you want to add, let's say like cameras or glass break sensors or things like that, they can expand to the unit that's already installed. Right now, it's kind of like the basic unit. You've got one keypad and it's just the windows and exterior doors that are monitored. So just know that. Windows, obviously latches here, and then you've got these latches here. If you pull these in, you can actually flip the window down so that way you can clean it and you don't have to remove the screen to do that. So all the windows will have that and snaps right back in and it just goes down like that. Now these are vinyl low E windows. They're pretty tight as far as like opening and shutting because they're brand new and they're gonna stay, but they're not gonna expand and contract like a wood or aluminum. So just know that you have to push them down pretty good. Don't be scared about that. In here, outlets. You won't have any in the closet. Already back there. She's looking 2, 3. You probably have one over here. Yep, we've got one over there. That's code. Light switch, just for you got a single light. If you want to, you can add a fan in here. I managed the fan and the light. So I would recommend doing that. Also in here, smoke detector. Every bedroom's gonna have a smoke detector, and then excuse me, outside you'll have 2 smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. They're all wired together, so if one goes off, they all go off. They do have 9-volt battery backup, and then I hear one of them chirping that I need to get replaced. So they'll come in right at the end. They'll set the alarm, and then they'll replace all the batteries. We recommend replacing them once a year at least, or you can buy long life batteries that'll last like 5 years, but they're pretty pricey. So it's up to you. Some of them are a little bit harder to get to. You got to have a pretty good tall ladder, so just keep that in mind.
I'm all about the budget friendly options.
Yeah.
Just as I don't mess nothing up.
I understand that. Exhaust fan. Another mess. I don't want to mess with it.
Okay.
Just so you're going to have your hot water or your cold water will be on the right, and then hot water is on the left with it turned off. What's that?
It's nice that the head moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are nice so you can clean it.
Yeah.
One thing to note about this style countertop is it doesn't have a secondary overflow.
Oh.
So if I just turn that on and walk away, it'll flood.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. The tubs do have a secondary overflow, but these cultured marbles tops do not.
Okay.
We also recommend that it's kind of counterintuitive, but we recommend doing car wax on the top of these to help them from getting stained.
Okay.
And it is a man-made product, and they are pretty sensitive to staining. Like makeup usually seems to be the worst from what I've heard. So just keep that in mind. I would definitely at least recommend doing a little bit of car wax on it once a year.
Okay.
It's real simple to do. It's 5 minutes. You can do the whole top of it, but it'll help it from staining. So.
Is that something I need to do immediately, or has it been done?
It's done when it's originally installed. I would wait, I would do it in the first 6 months.
Okay.
I would redo it again because
Okay.
I don't know how well a job they do. They just come in and they just do it whenever they install it. That's it. You do have drawers in here. Most of these don't have drawers, which is nice. Underneath the sink, you'll notice you've got the 2 valves here. This is just your shutoffs for your hot water here, and then your cold water on this side. So if you ever were to have a leak, you can either shut off the main valve or you can come underneath the sink. If you wanted to change these out, you can do that.
Okay.
And then you got the stopper here, which we're still working on this one, so I don't want to do that. Over here, like any other commode, water shutoffs here on the back. Here, shower. This one does have the secondary overflow, which is right there. And again, if you turn it all the way to the left, that's hot. All the way to the right, it's going to be colder. So you probably already knew that, but I try to give the same. I try to do it to everyone. I don't think there's anything else in here. Window we got. Talk about that. So So you want to put a door here, right?
Yeah.
If you do that, I would definitely I would recommend putting a vent above here, so that way you get airflow in and out of this section of the home. Because if you do that, you're going to seal it off entirely. So I would at least put a little vent right there.
Okay.
Yeah, just a passive vent through the wall.
Okay.
You know, it could be 4x4, 6x6. It doesn't have to be as big as that. But I would do something so that way you get good airflow in between there. Study here.
Have you found you a desk yet?
I have not. That's not expensive. I'm like,
Hold on now. What the hell does that?
No, IKEA,
I know, but I don't want that. No.
Trader's Village.
She ain't been to Trader's Village yet. You need to go to Trader's Village.
You can find anything there.
Have you heard? You need to go. You need to spend
You need to go.
just to see it. You gotta go.
So in here, you've got the extra lights on the perimeter. So that's
Guys, if you are in the Mansfield, Arlington, Grand Prairie area, guys, if you've never been to Trader's Village, you gotta go, guys. It's like a really big a flea market. There are all kind of vendors there on a Saturday. You can get everything from a hamburger to a rug to home decorations, car supplies. They got just everything. It's just a huge flea market. So if you like flea market type things, people have new things, but it's just the whole experience. They got furniture, everything. Trader's Village. They've been around for years. I know I used to go all the time. It's been a while since I've been. But Trader Village. Who's been to Trader's Village? Anybody been to Trader's Village? If you've gone to Trader's Village before, give me some love. Let me see who you are. Anybody? Been to Trader's Village? No?
control panel for your security system. I can't remember if I said it.
Nobody's been to Trader Village.
It's
Ooh, look at this light, y'all. I love. Okay, you've been to Trader's Village. Good deal. Can y'all see that light that it's golden black?
It's up to you, and then it'll work. So like if somebody,
She is gonna trick this house out. She's been sharing some of her ideals, and man, y'all, this is gonna be pretty once she gets everything in here. Cause that's her theme colors, black and gold. Black and gold.
So washer goes here, you're right for a little bit for that, and then cold water, hot water, you're drain for that. This is a clean out for this drain here in case you were to get like some, you may get extra lint or something may get caught up in the drain and go down in there. This is a way for them to snake it. This line just kind of runs through under
Y'all
here.
still can't
This
remember
is-
the
yeah,
name of this thing. What do you call this?
It has a,
Oh.
so that you will never really need to use. It's pretty rare that
Okay,
it
maybe
gets
I'm gonna ask
plugged
Bill.
here. So, dryer, this is your exhaust dryer where you hook it up. It's a newer style. It's actually mounted in the wall versus the old style they kind of popped out. So this way you can put your dryer, you can put it almost up against the wall itself. And then electric hookup, remember it is electric, not gas. And then exhaust fan in here.
Mud bench, guys. Mud bench.
And then
Mud bench. That's the word. Mud bench, guys. Mud
that
bench.
doorstop goes
This
right there.
is a mud
Working
bench.
on painting in here. 'Cause I know
That's
there
what
was
it's
one picture they had to add a piece right there, and that's what they're doing.
Yes, there you
Again,
go,
this is
Mr.
your
Wilson.
full home water shut off.
I
Like
couldn't
you-
remember for
if-
nothing. Yes,
God
Katrina,
forbid
mud
something
bench.
that's gonna do that. It's just, I hate to say that something would happen, but it's easy to shut it off here and then worry about going.
Y'all
up
see
sink
the bathrooms
and figure it
have
out.
that
Kinda
black.
Here's what it is.
The bathrooms, this bathroom is not black though, is it? It's, yeah, the bathrooms have the black tile. Yeah, I like that black tile in those.
These numbers right here
Bathrooms.
are the emergency numbers that I was telling you about. So if, let's say, like, if your air conditioner wasn't working, you came home, it wasn't working, call that number.
Okay.
CMB does security, they do also they're the electricians for the home. So call that number, they'll be out here in 8 hours. Call me too.
Okay.
You call these emergency numbers whenever.
Okay.
anything that's non-emergency, then you would just kind of go through the warranty process, which Billy will explain whenever he walks through that with you. So, and then down here, I got your paint code colors, and then your AC filter size. You only have one AC unit, so you only have one unit, one filter to change.
Okay.
And it's real easy to do. So I'll show you how to do that. But you'll forget the size, and it's easier to come down here versus walk up in the attic and come back down here. So that's all that is.
Has the filter been changed recently?
I'm gonna change it.
Okay, good. Thank
So
you.
typically what I'll do is I'll change it like the day of closing.
Okay.
I'll change it and then I'll write the date on the filter itself so you can tell when it's changed.
Okay.
I recommend 90 days to changing those filters. The filters that we use are kind of like the middle of the road. If you have allergens or things like that, you can get like real high filtration units. You can either go like big box stores, go sell them. Amazon's gonna sell them.
Got it.
When Billy comes and meet with you, ask him where he gets his, because he's got like he gets them really cheap. Like he buys like a pack of 6,
Oh, really?
but he can get them like a real high MERV rating, so that way, I mean, it's almost like hospital grade filtration, and they're much more inexpensive than like going to Home Depot. So because they're 4-inch filters, they're pretty expensive by themselves. They're like $25, $30 at least. So okay.
Got my list.
Any questions in here?
No.
No?
Sir.
Okay.
We're good.
Let me ask you, does a thing go here? Does this supposed to come all the way
We
over?
don't normally put shoe mold across the casing to the doors. We normally don't do that.
Okay. Okay. I was just wondering, so they'll just kind of be like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a benefit to, not to, or is it just cosmetic?
It's more cosmetics. The way it looks. It looks kind of. I've seen it done, and it just doesn't look right. I guess because I'm used to seeing it like this. That's just kind of.
And it looks right here. It just kind of threw me in there.
Yeah.
Hello.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Doing window line measurements.
Okay. Light switch here, and then you get another back in here.
Y'all was the blind guys.
Yes. No, we can see
This
though.
area here,
Oh,
either this area or the utility room would be where I would hide if there was a tornado.
Oh, gotcha.
Just so you know.
Appreciate that. That's good knowledge.
When the tornado comes
Let's
going
go.
there, we don't have no tornadoes in Texas. Don't be scared of her.
How long have you lived in Texas?
We just
3 months.
Yeah.
You guys from where?
Detroit.
Okay.
This I can almost stand up in here, guys. So I'm 5'4.5", but it's good storage.
It does get windy down here. I don't know why.
It
South
does.
Point
Coming down
seems
360,
real windy.
it'll be debris and everything down
Yeah,
there.
it gets real windy out here. Let's see, switches. You're probably gonna have to label these because I'm not.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think I said nothing.
Are we doing those?
Oh, it's for this light right there. It's for that. Okay.
Are we
Time neat,
doing
time
lights?
neat.
Yes.
These doors are solid.
For your under cabinet lights.
I think these are solid wood doors or hollow.
They're hollow.
Okay.
So I want to say they're hollow.
46.
I can check the HGS, but typically they're hollow.
Okay.
That's over the sink. That's for your pendant lights.
46 and 3/8, 71. 46 and 3/8, 71.
Your favorite part?
I know, girl. That faucet is gorgeous. I don't see those gold faucets too often.
And then for your disposal, this.
Put 46 and 3/8.
I don't think there's any maintenance that has to be. These are fairly new. I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know.
know. I'll ask, but I don't think there's anything. The granite, we recommend sealing it once a year. You can buy it. It's just a spray bottle. You can buy it at Home Depot. You just wipe it in. And the reason for that is it's porous. You can get microbial growth inside those cracks, especially from food, and you don't want that. So I always recommend doing that. The other thing I would recommend is, I don't know how much you cook, But the grout, I would recommend sealing that once a year also, especially in the high use areas. Because if you get pasta sauce like in there, you're not gonna get that off. So just know that I would at least do the high use areas like here. You don't necessarily have to do it around here unless you're like a really messy cook. And then I would do it everywhere. But I would do it there, and I would do it like your shower floor. I would do it in the high traffic areas that you're gonna be using the most. There we go. And then exhaust fan here. It's gonna go low, medium, high. And then you got like, yeah, they're loud. It's not as bad when you have to push it.
That don't supposed to sound like that all the time now.
There it goes.
Okay.
And these can come out. You can machine wash these in the dishwasher. Burn myself.
Okay.
This was just touching the bottom of it, and that's what was
Vibrating.
Better. That's how it should sound. That's pretty much it for that. Oven. You do have a Wi-Fi enabled oven, so if you want to preheat it on your way home, as with everything that's.
It might though, because I asked my mom a few times, can you do? She's like, I don't know.
Yep. So you can actually
Like,
do
good.
the instruction manuals. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it like in a big binder,
Okay.
and I'll put it in one of these drawers where everything's together and it'll all be labeled out. But it'll show you how to hook it up, and that way, if you want to control it, everything is Wi-Fi enabled now. So that we even have vent hoods that are Wi-Fi enabled, which I'm like, I don't know why you would want to turn it on remotely, but and microwave oven here, they're all pretty much the same as they operate. Trash can drawer here. I would measure this as far as like so you can fit what trash can you need to get. Under the sink, not a whole lot going under here. You've got your disposal hookup, your dishwasher hookup, hot water for your dishwasher, and then this is your drain from your dishwasher itself. One thing to note, this is just an air switch, so it goes down to, it's right back in here. So this is not like an electrical component right up here, so if you get water on it or you spill something, don't worry about it. It's not gonna electrocute you or anything like that. What it is this has like these, you can it's just a little like tube, and it just is air. It's called an air switch. It just, when you push it down, it forces air into this little box, and that shit tells it to come on. So it's a nice feature. I don't know. Here, this is your other big thing that you need. This is for your disposal. I don't know if you've ever had. So disposals, sometimes if you get food down in there, it can get wedged in the outside of it, and it'll just lock up. So when you turn it on, you'll just hear this hum. It'll just go, and it won't be turning. You'll know it right away. So what you can do is take this underneath in the center of your disposal. This key fits up in there, and you turn it. And what it does is it'll help free up what's inside of there. Usually it's something like an apple core or something that's pretty, or a piece of plastic or something that can wedge down in the side of there. So that's all that's for. For that, and then all the manuals, everything I'll get organized. Will be in a nice binder and everything for you. You'll see these registration cards for your appliances. I would definitely fill these out and send them in to GE, because it's going to have your serial number on there and your model number. So let's say 2 years from now, it's like, I don't know, this burner's not working. They'll look and they'll have the information as far as when it was made and the exact part. What's that? Well, turn this on. Yeah. When you turn them on before they light, you'll smell gas. Yeah.
I let my mom fill those out. She always complains that my handwriting isn't that.
Mine isn't either. Mine's terrible writing.
That's that doctor writing.
So I've been ambidextrous all my life, but I write predominantly.
They say
with my
doctors
left
can't
hand.
write.
But I write terrible either way, either with my right or my left hand, so. Dishwasher, I don't think this one was Wi-Fi. No, it's not. Refrigerator, that's for your hookup for your ice maker and water, and then your electrical hookup there. Anything, I don't know if you bought your fridge.
We talked about countertop and counter.
Countertop.
I think ours is considered extended countertop, but.
Hey, Miss Mika, girl, you enjoying
I would
your house
measure,
over
yeah,
there?
just measure, this is 24, this is 25 inches.
Oh, is it?
here.
I think it's
So you're-
26.
Okay, so it'll cut.
The housewarming party
Yeah,
is
I see
covered
mine,
up.
it's way up here. Yeah, just don't get one of
Kathy in the
those.
house. Hey,
Any of the
Kathy. Hey,
ones like,
Crystal, Evelyn.
just don't, if you get a commercial grade like a Viking or one of those,
Miss Vernon.
those sometimes don't fit the height. So just make sure you get in the quote unquote normal size.
Hey, Karen.
fridge for the home.
Hey, Tracy. Yes, it is, Miss Deidre.
Oh, we've got a little bit of paint to get off here, that's why I have to put it on there. Lights. Let's see. Here. That's for your fireplace. I mean, your eyeball light. This normally it'll take a few
Shauna.
seconds to come on. If you're beeping,
Hey,
you'll
Leon.
see it start sparking, and then it'll go. But it's nice. You don't have to do anything. You just flip the switch, and it takes about, like I said, it's only about 20 seconds to light.
Mud bench.
Depending on what kind of look, we can leave it
But
on.
guys, as you see, this is what orientation is all about. It's about the
If you want,
homeowner
like, a
learning
different look,
how the
you can
home
change
operates so that when they
out to, like,
take
where it has
possession,
glass
they
or
can carefully,
however you want. A lot of people do. It's just,
they'll be able to properly care for it.
Your style of, if you want something that's
That's what it's all
contemporary,
about, guys. But we'll be here a little longer. I just wanted to show you guys a piece of this journey. But she'll be taking possession of this beautiful home here really, really soon. Now again, it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, game room, media room, and a home office. A beautiful home. She was right under 600. Yep, she was in the 5s. Right, her very first home. She's worked so hard. She's prepared years to do this. So excited for her. She's actually inspired me in a lot of different ways. But I am so happy for her. Home, home, home. All right, guys, y'all have a great one. Bye.